Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Professor Dr. Zwan Jamil Qureshi, and we are covering lecture number 15 of IT Need Assessment and Technology Evaluation course. And the topic of coverage is software process. Software process defines activities and organizational procedures used in a software company to produce, to develop, and maintain the software. What is the role of software process model? Software process model is used to state an order for carrying out activities. It specifies what development artifacts are to be delivered and when, assign activities and artifacts to developers, offers criteria for monitoring project progress, for measuring the outcomes, and for planning future projects. And it's not susceptible to standardization. We have different standards for software companies, and we have different type of models. We have traditional models and we have modern models. The modern models are also called iterative and incremental models, especially after the rational unified and the agile methodologies. What is the difference between iterative model and incremental model? Iterative model is the one that involves managing a stream of executable releases, whereas the incremental model involves the continuous integration of system architecture to produce these releases. And with every new release, we have new increment like RUP model, spiral model, and we have model-driven architecture is there. Iterative and incremental development must be well planned and controlled, and it should conform to the predefined architectural design frameworks. And the software quality standards, as I just said, software process model are not susceptible to standardization. We have ISO standards and we have the CMM. ISO is a prerequisite to start the CMM. CMM stands for Capability Maturity Model. It was introduced by Software Engineering Institute of Carnegie Mellon University, and it's the only body that is taking care of the standardization for the CMM model. And these both models are for process improvement. Like if we talk about CMM, it has 5 levels. The level 1 is the initial. If you achieve ISO, then you are at level 1. And level 1 means it's unpredictable, undisciplined process that depends on the current staff, how they are using. So it's ad hoc. Then when you you start the CMM from the level 2, it has KPAs and KPIs. KPI stands for key process areas and KPI stands for key performance indicators. The level 2 improve process discipline by repeating the project management activities and the consistent time and effort predictions for similar projects. And then if you achieve level 2, then you start the improvement process definitions by managing and engineering processes are codified and followed. Level 3 helps to improve process control by metrics which are used to control the processes. And when you move from level 4 improves the process itself by continuous process improvement. So that's the optimization. So level 1 initial, level 2 repeatable, level 3 defined, level 4 managed, and level 5 optimizing. I will repeat. Level 1 is ad hoc. There is no process is defined, so it depends on the current staff. And when you start from level 1 to level 2, you have to achieve key process areas and KPIs. So KPIs are achieved through the KPIs, the key performance indicators, to improve the process discipline by repeatable project management and having the consistent time and effort prediction. And when you move from level 2 repeatable to defined, it helps to improve process definition by managing and engineering processes are codified and followed. and then define to level 4 improve process control by metrics used to control the processes, and when you move from level 4 manage to optimize it, improve the process itself by continuous improvement in place. So that's the optimizing level. And the ISO, it has standards and it has 25 classes, international standard organization. It's a family of standards. We have ISO 9000, 9001, 2 and so on. So the latest one, which is applicable for software companies and for the other organizations in terms of quality, that's the ISO 9001 version 2000, 2008 and 2015 is the latest one. The ISO applies to quality management and in terms of processes to produce a quality product, and it applied to any industry, all type of businesses including the software companies. The main objective is if process is right, then the outcome, the product or service will be right. But ISO standard does not enforce any specification regarding the processes that how to these activities should be performed, but what must be achieved, what must be accomplished in the classes. And we have modeling languages and tools. The modeling artifacts are there to communicate using a language and document through the tools. So UML is the modeling language, unified modeling language, which is part of RUP, the Rational Unified Process Model. It's a visual modeling language to specify, visualize, construct and document the artifact. What's artifact? Artifact is a piece of process that is used to edit, then apply input and output. So any information that is produced, modified and used by a use case in the use case diagram is called artifact. So we have case tools to document, to model them, like Rational Unified Process Model as a part of our UML. We have rational rows and we have star UML is there. And for documentation, we have Microsoft Word is there, and we have software configuration management tool like we have GitHub, we have VSS, Visual Source Safe, we have SVN, subversioning system. So UML is independent of any process. You can apply to Rational Unified as part of model or the Agile, XP, Scrum, then FDD, ESD, DSDM, Agile Unified Process. So UML must support object-oriented approach, unified modeling language, and it's a part of model-driven architecture. That makes UML to describe different type of aspects of the system. So we have static diagram, we have modeling diagram, like use case diagram and class diagram are part of the static modeling, and then the sequence diagram, collaboration diagram is a part of behavioral modeling, how the objects will behave, how to describe object collaboration. The use case will describe static data structures, and then you have state change model, state diagram, activity diagram, swim lane transition diagram is there, and state change models describe the allowed states for the system. What are the activities through the states? Objects are in different states, how they will perform. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum.